Hey everybody. Guys, thank you for coming on. If you could help me to tap the screen and share the live, that would be appreciated. It will help others to know that we're here and they will join the conversation. All right, there's a lot that's going on right now. If you're living in Georgia, you might be seeing some sort of icy activities that you'd want to kind of be careful, right? So we're seeing the videos online. I go on the street and I hear the talking, and so we want to talk about that. Also want to talk about. I want to talk to those people who have not yet filed their petitions, wondering kind of what you're waiting on, because as you see, a lot of people are being detained for all sorts of reasons, and ICE is literally coming to people's doorways. So we want to talk about some of that today. We want to talk about the fact that a lot of people who are not, and I'll say this, they're not properly filing, or they're not doing all their due diligence when they're filing, and then they're finding themselves in removal proceedings. And so a lot of people are being placed in removal proceedings because their cases get denied, or their case get dismissed. All right. Remember, it is not USCIS's job to help you to prove your case. It is your job to help USCIS to prove your case. So it is your responsibility to help the officer adjudicating your case to come to a decision, and a favorable decision, that is. Guys, remember, everything we're going to be discussing today is educational resources. None of it should be understood as legal advice, okay? So I kind of just wanted to point that out to everybody. I mean, some people think that they could just send the bare minimum in and everything is going to be okay. It's your responsibility to help the officer make a decision. So it's not the officer's responsibility to help you to make the decision. All right. Hey, Valid, good day. Thank you for coming on. All right. So we talk about that. We also talk about the fact that ICE is all over the place right now. And I'm not talking about the ICE that is on the streets, because of the weather. And so in Georgia, I understand that there's activities in Newnan, there's activities in Henry County, there's activities over there in the Atlanta area in College Park, in the northern sides, especially, they talk about the Chamblee area, Norcross, all of those areas. So you guys got to be careful. If you're in Georgia, make sure that you're pretty careful. Walmart parking lots, Home Depot, and those parking lots are always hot spot where you can find these type of activities. And then for those persons in Panama City Beach, we've been talking about it. I've been getting the phone calls and all of those stuff. The traffic stops, they're happening. And when they do happen, if you do not have any sort of status, then you might get detained by ICE. As a matter of fact, the police in Bay County, they're actively participating with ICE. So once you get in their hands, they're going to turn you over to ICE. I just want you to know that. The other thing too, they're there in unmarked vehicles, so you don't even know where and when they are. So you just got to be careful. Somebody says in New Jersey, they're also there. So you got to be careful. They're like everywhere right now. They're still in Minnesota. They're heading to Maine, and they're also in Georgia. They're in Tampa, I understand too. I'm not sure how truthful it is, but I understand that they were there on the outside of the airport and basically asking the drivers who were coming there to pick up people about their immigration status, or whether they were U.S. citizens or not. One of the things I heard yesterday too was that they were going around pretending to be Verizon salesperson. And then when they started asking personal questions about citizenships and stuff like that, people are like, nah, I don't need to be a US citizen to buy a phone, for example. And then they realize, and people literally attacked them and run them out from where they were. So I just want you guys to be careful, because of course they are using all sort of strategies in order to, to get people. And so if you don't have to go outside, just don't go outside. Stay in. It'll be better off for you. Might be able to save some money. All right. But guys, if you're coming on, thank you for joining. Remember to tap the screen and share the live. We're talking US immigration. Everything that we're discussing is educational resources. If you're seeing me for the first time, also go ahead and give me a quick follow. Guys, remember, if you're scheduled for a court hearing, you must attend. And if you don't attend your court hearing, you may be ordered removed, okay? So you must attend your court hearing if you're scheduled for one. If you don't go, you may be ordered removed. All right? Find yourself an attorney to work with you on your removal proceedings if you're there. And remember, as I came on, I was talking about the fact that a lot of people are being placed in removal proceedings. Some of you don't even know. If you file an application with USCIS and it's denied, they're placing you immediately in removal proceedings. If sometimes the application is withdrawn and you're not even aware of it, and then you find yourself being placed in removal proceedings. Sometimes they dismiss your case and then they place you in removal proceedings. One good way to know whether or not you're in removal proceedings is take your A number, and you can find your A number on any correspondence from USCIS. It's typically on the right hand side. You can find your A number there, and you could go to the EOIR website. That's EOIR, automated system. Put your A number and your country of birth in, and then it will typically pull up whether or not you're in removal proceedings. All right, so if you're in removal proceedings, you will see there, and you will see when you're scheduled for court. All right, somebody says, what if I don't have a court date? So if you don't have a court date, it doesn't mean that your case, is ended or anything. You're maybe just not calendared on a judge's calendar. And so if I were you, I would actively be working with my attorney to put together my claim. All right, so that's what I would do if I were you. I'd actively be working with an attorney to put together my court claim. All right. Somebody says, what if your court is in another state? So it is your responsibility to change your address. Actually, if you move, you have 5 days in which to change your address with the court, and 10 to change it with USCIS, depending on where your case is at. So if you move, it is your responsibility to change your address. Now, once you change your address, sometimes some court will just go ahead and change your court. But oftentimes you also need to file a motion to change the venue of your hearing, to bring it to the jurisdiction in which your case is. So if you change address, you got to change your address with the court. If you move, change your address with the court, and then you have to file a motion to change a venue to move the case to where you're at. All right, so that's something that you also need to bear in mind. A lot of people are also asking the question, oh, if I'm in removal proceedings, can I get married? I mean, the question is, if you weren't in removal proceedings, would you still have gotten married? That's the question, right? And then, so some of you are getting married, and I understand the process, I understand the wait, I understand all of that, and you sometimes wait until it's the last minute. When you wait until the last minute, it's kind of harder for you, all right? Right, it's kind of harder for you when you wait until the last minute. So if you plan to have gotten married, you need to get married and don't wait until the last minute, because you will wait until the last minute, and then you can't. Then the marriage don't help you anymore. Does that make sense? Yeah, so I definitely think that makes sense. So just don't wait until last minute, because you will wait until last minute, and then when you wait until last minute, it doesn't work for you. Because here's the thing, if you're in removal proceedings, You need to have an approved I-130 at least, and one moment. So you need to have at least an approved I-130 and, you know, some sort of something else that is going to go with that for your relief, because not everybody who, say, for example, comes through the border is going to be able to get married and stay here and adjust their status. Not everyone. Some of you will have to go back home, and that's another story to talk about. Somebody says, I don't have a court date. I checked multiple times and I'm not showing up in the system. Well, that's good. But were you ever issued an NTA? That's the bigger question. Were you ever issued an NTA? Thanks, Genuine. And I'm happy that it makes sense to you. Somebody says, what it means the judge ordered removal. So unfortunately, I'm so sorry that I have to be the one to tell you, but you were ordered deported. So if you check the system and it says the judge ordered removal, it means that you were ordered deported. So more than likely, you either did not show up to your court hearing, or you went to your court hearing and the judge made a decision, and the decision is to have ordered you removed. So if the judge ordered removal, you're deported, okay? I have a number, but never file asylum. Okay, that's fine. But so there's a lot we want to talk about there, Miss Independent, because I can see why you want to have this conversation, but we can't have it on TikTok. If you want to talk to me, we can talk 850-920-3475. Text that number right now, and you can get a link to chat with me, okay? All right, so somebody says, where do we enter our A number? So go to the EOIR automated system, and then you could put your A number in there and your country of birth, and then it will pull up what's going on in your case. Guys, again, if you want to do a one-on-one chat with me, you could text or call my number, 850-920-3475. Somebody says, hello, sir, do you know when they will resume the immigration visa pause? No, I do not. I wish I knew. All right. The number is not enough. So you should be entering a 9-digit number. Okay, you should be entering a 9-digit number. And if it's a 9-digit number, then it will be enough for the slot. Again, my number is 850-920-3475. All right. And somebody says, why aren't you replying to my question? I know y'all are going to come over here with that, but if you want me to respond to your question, then text the number 850-920-3475 and schedule your one-on-one chat with me for $97. Somebody says, can a U.S. citizen travel to a banned country? Yes, U.S. citizen can travel anywhere they want to travel because you're a U.S. citizen. Is it normal for VAWA approval to happen in 2 years? Yes, so you can get an approval for VAWA within 1 to 3 years. All right. And so, yes, it can happen in a year. Yes, it can happen in 2, sometimes 3, even 4. All right. So if you were approved for your VAWA, congratulations. All right. I've changed my address, but haven't get back a court. So you've changed your address. Did you also change your venue? And that's also normal again. So if you change your address, right, and now your case has gone to a new jurisdiction, then a new judge will need to be assigned to that case. And then when a new judge is assigned to that case, then they need to find time to put it on their calendar, right? So that's normal sometimes for it to take some time. Guys, again, my number is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. And sometimes also the EOIR automated system is not updated, and so you may not see the information there. But if you were issued an NTA, you're still in removal and you still have a court date. All right. Someone said it only says applicant has passed the age limit, so it can't be processed. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? They're valid? What it means when the judge ordered dismissal, it means that you're no longer in removal proceedings. So if the judge ordered termination or dismissal, you're no longer in removal proceedings. I-130. I'm lost to that question. Are pending asylum still filing EADs? Yes, and they're still approving them. I think perhaps 2 weeks ago or so we had one from our office that was approved. Sorry about that. Yes, I've changed the venue as well to online instead of going in person. Okay, so you're just waiting on a judge to calendar your case for you. Is it better to file your I-751 to remove conditions online or mail it? I mean, I prefer to file online because then I get a receipt notice within 24 hours. All right. Does the pause affect the adjusting status of green card to citizen? No, it doesn't. And you don't adjust your status from green card to citizen. Somebody says, what if you were petitioned for by your U.S. citizen dad while living in the USA but married to a U.S. citizen? Then you file the petition under your U.S. citizen spouse because your U.S. citizen dad cannot adjust your status. All right. If I wanted a consultation today, is it possible? It is possible. Call 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475 and they'll make it happen. All right. Somebody says U.S. citizen petitioner for I-130 got scheduled biometrics appointment. Yes, it has become normal now. All right. It has become normal. Leo Diva, hey. Somebody says, does the pause include I-130? No, the pause doesn't include I-130. Hey guys, good day. Thank you for coming on, okay? All right, somebody says, good day. It's over 6 months now and I only receive I-765 receipt for TVs or what's next. So you're waiting on them to adjudicate the case and that's normal, okay? I filed I-751 on April 2025. No progress yet. It says waiting long time for your... So, and that's normal. So what I would do if I were you, I'd see if I'd qualify now for naturalization. And if I'm qualified, then I'd also file naturalization. What happens when you do that is that it speeds up the process, right? Because now they're going to schedule you for a naturalization interview and they have to make a decision on the 751 before they go on to naturalization. If you want to talk more about that, text us at 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, is it true that with the pause, I won't get a reply on my interview status? So with the pause, if you're outside of the country, they will give you the paper and tell you that they're denying it and the reasons for denying it. So yes, you're still going to get a decision. Guys, if you call the number, you didn't get anybody, send a text. It means that they're on another call. So send a text message, 850-920-3475. Jay, I have a very important question I want to ask you, okay? You type it in the chat or you book a consult, 850-920-3475. Hey, Lorna, Happy New Year. I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing? My green card expires in 4 months. Is it safe for me to travel? It is actually safe for you to travel. But here's the thing. Have you already filed the extension or the replacement or whatever of your green card? Yes, if you're in country. Guys, remember, and y'all are just not listening. Remember, we already talked about the fact that the pause and the 75 countries, it doesn't affect persons who are already inside the US. It doesn't. So I don't know why you guys are preoccupied about that. It doesn't affect it. All right, somebody says, how long after the interview of I-130? How long after the interview of I-130 approved and the 45 do we get approval for 10 years green card? So your question is kind of all over the place, but your marriage need to be over 2 years at the time of the approval in order for you to get a 10-year green card, okay? All right, Nana, thank you so much. Guys, again, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. We're talking US immigration. You could drop your questions actually in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Again, if you want to do a one-on-one chat with me, that's open. You could text us or call us at 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, good day. It's over 6 months and I've answered that already, so I won't go back to that. How long does it take if you have to go back home for your interview? Well, it really depends. You're going to go back home with all approvals, right? If you're going back for that interview, and typically anywhere from 3 weeks to a month thereabout. But you also need to remember that there's a pause on immigrant visa for 75 countries. So if you fall in one of those, you may be affected. All right, hey Denise, good day. Thank you for coming on. Does DUI first offense prevent citizenship? I won't say it prevents it, but it may affect it. So bear that in mind. Consult with your attorney before you file. Somebody says, if I receive prima facie for VAWA application, what does that mean? Well, thank you for that question. And if you receive a prima facie that...
Council Carter, this is Judge Rojas. Can you hear me?
Guys, sorry about that. So I was online waiting for court and the judge called us in the room. So let's finish that and then I'll circle right back with you guys, okay? All right, guys, sorry about that. Let me see if I can backtrack to the messages. Somebody says, if a judge orders someone for removal, can that person get married and adjust their status? No, because you'd have already been ordered removed. And so you'd have to go through the difficult process of getting the removal order removed before you can attempt that again. Somebody's asking for a number. Is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. All right. Somebody says, when can you file your citizenship after getting a green card? It depends. Oftentimes anywhere from 3 years and 5 years, but it really depends on your situation. All right. Somebody has asked another question, says, or would I have to wait until the judge reopen? Yes. So you have to wait until the judge reopen the case before you can attempt an adjustment of status, Jessica. You got it correct right there. Somebody says, trying to seek asylum in my neighbor's house, but she's not having it. Why? Excuse. Okay. I don't understand what you're trying to do or what you're trying to say, because you can't seek asylum in your neighbor's house. Can I get married if I overstay if I overstay to my partner who had a 10-year green card and was put for a hearing? So you're saying you overstay and you want to get married? I mean, so you're getting married because you're in love. So if you're in love, sure. But you're also saying that your partner had a 10-year green card and is now in removal proceedings? Is that what you're saying? Somebody says, if I change my address and I haven't gotten back a court date as yet, should I be concerned about it? No. Just keep checking the EOIR on your mail. Make sure that your address is correct, so that once you're issued your court date, you'll be able to get it. Jamaican girl, I think I did answer your VAWA question. No, I think I did not. So you're asking so you're saying you filed a VAWA when you got a prima facie determination. If that's a good thing, yes. So it means that on surface level, they've looked at your case and they think that you have a good claim. And so you're given a prima facie determination, which will allow you to get some benefits. Some people use their prima facie determination to get housing subsidies, to get their driver's license or their IDs. So definitely the prima facie determination would be a good thing in your case. If I came to the border, can I get married? Barry, once you're in love, you can get married. It doesn't matter how you enter the United States. All right? Go ahead. If you have a question, drop your question in the comments. Somebody says, the judge received the motion from December. They are taking a while to make a decision. That happens sometimes. That happens sometimes. All right. Somebody says, hi, good day. Good day, Miss Simpson. Can you get married if you have a court date? Anybody can get married once you're in love. Right? Anybody can get married once you're in love. Somebody's asking something about a receipt notice. I didn't see that. Guys, again, if you want to do the one-on-one chat, the number is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. No, Jessica, I will not tell you not to get married. Remember, you're getting married because you're in love. Nothing else, right? If someone have an I-130 receipt, can they try to get a driver's license not with an I-130 receipt alone? All right? Because I hear that we have to marry army people. You're getting married because you're in love, right? So, I know why you're talking about army people, because sometimes you may not have been paroled, and because you may not have been paroled, you would not have been able to adjust your status. But it really depends. You have to talk to someone to see what you qualify for. The number somebody's asking to repeat is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Besides marriage, can a DACA recipient self-petition for a green card? It might be rough because you would have need to maintain. It might be rough, but I say look into it, because more than likely you're thinking about like an EB2 and EB1 or something like that. But then the point that comes in is you needed to have maintained lawful status for the duration of your time here. Please, I won the DV in 2026 last year and filed for my process, but no response yet. So you just wait. A lot of people are still waiting, you know, a lot of people are here waiting. So it's just wait. What one thing I learned with immigration that is just gotta be patient. All right. Somebody says, is it true that judges now pre-terminate cases without hearing? Yes. Yes. In some cases they are doing that. He was sent a hearing. They want to removal, but his lawyer is filing dismissal. Got it. Guys, the cost for a consultation is $97. Text or call is 850-920-3475. Somebody says, is it true that judges now, and I think I answered that, if my partner is detained and we get married now, will that help? He has no status. How are you going to get married to him though in detention? It's possible, but I'm just asking you if you had all of that figured out already. Midas Immigration, thank you for coming on. What is the time frame after biometrics appointment scheduled? So typically once you file, right, within 30 days or so, you would get your receipt notices, and then within that same 30 to 45 days period, you'll be scheduled for biometrics, typically. VAWA submitted June, no receipt yet. That's normal, unfortunately, because at that time, the VAWAs were being submitted to a different office, and that office was backed up with the receipt notices. So people are still waiting on receipt notices for VAWA. Somebody says, is it safe to travel with I-131? That's your call. Talk to your attorney about it. If I had an I-131, I would not travel. All right? But talk to your attorney. Yes, so you do the one-on-one with me. It's $97. You can text 850-920-3475. Somebody says, can my asylum be approved without going? I didn't see that. Is it okay to work while waiting on your adjustment of status? So, all right, go get to that. That's a very good question. Unfortunately, I can't provide an answer to that because you're asking me kind of how to break the law. But if you worked while being undocumented, right, and you're married to a U.S. citizen, it's typically forgiven. All right. Can my asylum be approved without going to the hearing? No, you would need to go to the hearing. So you need to either go to the interview, if it's at USCIS, or the court hearing. All right. Somebody says, I have a friend married to a U.S. citizen Army husband, and he's not helping her. What does that mean? He's not helping her with papers. What can she do? I don't know. Maybe she could call us 850-920-3475. Can a green card be renewed 2 years past its expiration date? Yeah, you still get where have you been? You still can file it, but you know you should have filed it within a specific time, so you might be penalized for that. After biometrics done, what time frame for interview appointment? So there's no specific time frame for interview appointment. It really depends on your field office. All right, I'm going to do my number again for those persons waiting for it. It's 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Again, the number to text or call is 850-920-3475. Hi. Good. So the number is pinned on the screen. Somebody says, can I get my grandson with custody? You can get your grandson with custody. Can you file for him with custody? Perhaps not. All right. Can a lawyer represent you at your court hearing? Yes. Yes. If my 45 denies, would you have to do over everything? It depends. If it's only the 485 and the I-130 still pending, so maybe just the 45 you have to redo. My wife been waiting 6 months for work permit, and that's normal. Can a green card be renewed 2 years past its expiration? I think we talked about that earlier. Sorry, March coming will make 3 years. 3 years for what? I don't remember. After interview, and they said that they are reviewing your case. What are they actually doing? Reviewing your case. So they may do background checks. They may do, FBI background checks. They may come in your community and ask people about you. They may visit your home. They may scroll through your bank account statements. So they're looking at your case at detail to make sure that everything adds up. So that's why sometimes they tell people that, and then later on somebody gets an RFE or somebody gets a notice of intent to deny. All right. Do I have to have a lawyer for my first court hearing? Barry, it is recommended that you get an attorney if you're in removal proceedings, because you're going to need an attorney to help you to navigate that process. So if you're asking me that, I can tell you, yes, it's important to get one. All right. Evelyn, I guess you're not listening because I've answered your questions at least twice. All right. So I guess you're not listening. Asylum approved and apply for green card right away. How long does it take? So you still have to wait for a year and a day to become eligible for the green card. So a year and a day, and then after that, you become eligible, and then you got to wait normal processing time. Then you're not in removal, so why are you going to court? Why are you going to immigration court and you're not in removal? Suppose you're married to someone who has a citizenship and he's filing for his kids back home. Okay. What's the updated info for removal of conditions if you are from one of the blocked countries? So if you're from one of the countries with the fully ban, you still can file it. It's just that a final decision will not be made. All right. Sir, can you, so I do not represent people in court. I do have an attorney, and yes, she represents people in court in Virginia. Yes. Okay, so you seek asylum and you're asking about court. Like when you seek an asylum with immigration, it doesn't just go to court. It goes to USCIS, unless USCIS forwards it to the court, right? But it goes to USCIS first. All right. My husband and I went for interview in October 2024, but no response yet. So Yabs, it's now 2026. What are you doing? Guys, remember, when I started off this meeting, I said to you guys, you have to help the officer to make a decision on your case. So, okay, you did your interview in 2024. It's now 1 year has passed. Have you put together additional evidence of bona fide marriage and submit it? It's not like once upon a time when you couldn't file something, because you would contra-file. No, you can upload it on the unsolicited evidence online. All right. Somebody says when seeking asylum, you have to go to immigration court. It depends. It depends on how you enter. Are you seeking an affirmative asylum or a defensive asylum? Jay, can I file for my tax even though I didn't add a work permit, but I currently got my green card since lately? Yes, you should still file your taxes. No, that should not be a problem. That should not be a problem. How long does a work permit take to approve? It really depends, right? Once upon a time, we used to see them approve within 3 months. No, they were kind of say to let you guys wait. So sometimes a year, sometimes 6 months, sometimes it really depends. Some people are getting green card without even getting work permit. So it really depends. So you cannot just say, go get I'm going to get a work permit, right? Because there's no hard or fast rule that says you must get the work permit in 3 or 4 months. Asylum approved, waited a year to apply for green card. How long does it take? Normal processing time, so anywhere from 6 to 18 months. Somebody says, didn't know asylum are different types. Yes, there are 2 types of asylum, affirmative and defensive. Affirmative asylum is when you came in on your visa and everything and you're not in removal proceedings. You're filing within the 1 year and you're filing directly with USCIS. Defensive asylum is when you're in removal proceedings and you're filing asylum as a defense against deportation. I've been here since 2023 and my first court and individual hearing at immigration court. Okay, all right. I don't see much. I don't understand what exactly you're saying. I always check the status and it says they don't need anything from us now. I know that the status says that, but have you been putting together additional evidence? Because you should have put together at least a year and 3 months of additional evidence ready to be uploaded right now in the event they send you an RFE or annoyed. All right. Should I still go to ICE check-in a them time you talk truth? Honestly, Kashmir, the reality is if you have ICE check-in, you have ICE check-in. And if you don't go, then you may have issues. So I cannot be the one to tell you not to go. All right? When I know that you need to go. Can asylum change for other process? I don't understand that. I did my son and his daughter, I-130 March coming, will make 3 years. Will it continue? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. How do you know if you're being removed? You can always go onto the EOIR automated system and input your A number there. And once you put your A number there, then it will tell you whether or not you were ordered removed or you're in removal proceedings. All right? We gave them the evidence at the day of the interview. All right, Yabs, I'm not answering anything else for you because you're not listening. Okay? So I'm done with you for today because you're not listening. All right? I'm done. I have been to my hearing and I'm here or court, but they say I have an individual hearing. So yes, your individual hearing is your last hearing in immigration court. That's where the decision will be made on your case. All right, so that's the last hearing. That's where the decision will be made. We got our date for interview at the U.S. Embassy. Will the visa be delayed? Yes. If you are in one of the 75 countries that has the pause. All right. Somebody says, can a Sally fly domestically? That's a decision that they'll have to make with, on their own or with their attorney. But if you have what it takes to fly, then you sure can. So a court date doesn't mean removal. If you have a court date, if you have a date in which you have to appear in front of an immigration judge, yes, it means that you're in removal proceedings. Yeah. Your master hearing is the first hearing in removal proceedings, and this is where the preliminaries are done on your case. All right? Somebody says, my sister court date has been postponed 4 times and now postponed again to 2028. What can she do? Okay, what is your sister's relief though? A lot of people would be happy to get all of that time to work on a relief. What is your sister's relief? Tell me that it's asylum and she's kind of upset. Because that don't make sense. How can I create an online account? You can just go online to USCIS and create the online account on the right hand side. My daughter is here on a student visa. I have a green card. Can I have... Yes. How old is your daughter? Under 21? Yes, you can. Can I go back to my country where I got my green card through asylum? So you left your home country saying that you're fearful of your life there, right? I know that you got a green card. It's all safe again for you to go back. It's just a thought, all right? When they start give decision for asylum... Decision for asylums are being made in court. At USCIS, that's where the pause is at. All right? She never seen a judge since 2019. That's normal. I haven't went to no hearing. They just sent me straight to individual hearing. You have an attorney chosen? Because maybe your presence was waived to the other hearings. Can an appeal be done if asylum is denied? Yes, you typically have 30 days in which to make an appeal. All right. Yeah, man. So more than likely, your attorney would have already worked with the court on the preliminary stuff, and that's why the court finds it prudent to have scheduled you for individual hearing. Guys, the number is on the screen if you want to do a one-on-one chat with me. It's 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. You could text or call that number and get your one-on-one chat, okay? So if you have an attorney, work with your attorney on your case, all right? Asylum can change the process to EB2. So that may not help you. If you have a pending asylum, it may not help you with an EB2, EB3 because you need to show lawful permanent, well, you have to show that you've maintained good status, all right? Hey, is USCIS approving marriage-based cases for people from 39 countries? The 39 countries that are on the ban, so their decisions are delayed, all right? Is it safe to travel with a pending asylum and your court case in immigration court? I mean, I see people doing it. Will I tell you to do it? No, but I see people doing it. So somebody says here, so I might end up with my green card before work permit. You might. It's a possibility. All right. My number is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Someone says, if you get married to a U.S. citizen, can you be able to cancel your asylum? Eventually, but I wouldn't cancel my asylum until I have a green card in my hand. Right? I wouldn't cancel my asylum until I have a green card in my hand. Do you have any idea if Andrew's medical is scheduled? Yes, they have started schedule again since last week, Monday. They've started medicals again since last week, Monday. Guys, remember to tap the screen. We're trying to go to 20K likes real quick, okay? 20K likes. If asylum is pretermit to African countries without master hearing, what should the person do? You can file an appeal. No response after I sent in RFE. That's normal. That's actually normal. They don't typically send you a response. You go online to your online account and you see where they said that we've received the response to the RFE. Is it mandatory for ICE to put ankle bracelet to monitor those who file asylum? So for some people, they put ankle bracelet and they'll tell you that you have one of two choices: the ankle bracelet or detention. And so you typically choose. All right. If I'm pending asylum, can I have a green card through military parole in place? If you qualify for all of it, yes. Hey, do you know if termination of TPS deadline February 3 for Asian has been paused? That I'm not sure. Emerging Beauty, I'll have to double check that. I did my interview yesterday. The officer said my case is kept for review. What does that mean? It's just that they're going to be doing reviewing it thoroughly, background checks and all that, to make sure that there are no issues there. All right. Someone says J is the approval for marriage-based green card slowdown. I still see people are being approved. 2 weeks ago, maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago, we had a case that was approved and they got a 10-year green card. All right. Somebody says, so what happened if someone have a denied I-45 but a pending asylum? Well, their asylum is what they're using against the deportation when they're placed there. But here's the thing. Why was your 485 denied? You know, is it a case that you can refile? What's going on? I know when they said that the case is being held for review, I know it scares you guys. And so that's why I said, so instead of just sitting down, just keep putting evidence to show proof of the validity of your marriage, right? Somebody says, which form should I use? G6 650 or 1450? I have debit card 1450. They put the bracelet to track you and they will deport you. Okay, if that's what you think. They put the bracelet to track you, right? And then after a time when they realize you're not a flight risk, then they'll take it off, right? So I've seen that happen all the times. Where if the immigration judge orders deportation, then yeah, they're going to carry out the deportation order. I-130 for spouse of U.S. citizen overseas in Jamaica pending for 106 days. When should we expect something? 106 days is a little bit of time though. So anywhere between 6 to 18 months is when a decision is typically made. All right. Someone says he went back to check in and they put him in detention. Now he's in 80. So that happens sometimes. And that's why a lot of people are scared of going to check in. All right. Somebody says no update on, I didn't see that. No update on pause for Jamaica, no. I-130 approval, but 45 is pending. Good sign. It's normal. Normal, nothing for you to cry over, it's normal. That's good because here's the thing, they already have approved your marriage. They think that your marriage is legitimate, so that's a good thing. No, that's a good thing. Somebody says, what happened? They changed your master hearing online and never sent you a notice in the mail. Okay. Is the date passed? If the date is not passed, make sure you attend the new date. It happens. Can someone who crossed the border file for asylum since 2019 get married without leaving the U.S.? It depends. Were you paroled when you came in? My brother is in ICE detention 65 days now. his asylum is pending and his appeal is pending. Okay, and have you guys gotten an attorney already to get a bond or something? You know, that's something that you should be focused on doing. Somebody says, I already won my asylum case, but just wondering if it's safe to travel to a different state. I mean, you should be fine. Somebody says, they're saying they didn't have the right entry documents. That's it, no fraud. Okay. Can I get married to a U.S. citizen if I entered under C1? You can, but I think what the question, because anybody can get married, and you can get married once you're in love. But I think the real question that you're asking is if you can get a green card. And with a C1D, you may not be able to get a green card staying here. All right? Are there delays for I-130? No. My prima facie determination letter is already expired for 1 year. They will send you a new one. They will send it in the mail. Jay, my daughter got her appointment February 2 to do her medical. Sure, and she needs to go and do the medical, okay? And they put him on deportation flight and take off back. No, they're not answering the bond. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. If someone got asylum and is now a citizen, can she travel home now with her citizenship? Hey, Kenny, I'm not going to be the one to answer that question for you. Just bear in mind that you got citizenship through asylum by you saying that you were fearful of your life in that country. All right. Can you do humanitarian parole? I need a lawyer to help me. You can reach out to us and we can connect you with our attorney. Number is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. So I'm seeing that they're giving out the 221G at the embassy. So we should just sit and wait. So what's the best way to file taxes with pending case? If you're married, you need to file jointly. If you're married, you need to file jointly. When a case is preterm, can you get married to a U.S. citizen for real? So remember, guys, you get married because you're in love. You don't get married because you have an immigration situation you're trying to fix. You get married because you're in love. All right? Guys, if you want to do one-on-one chat with me, it's 850-920-3475. That's the number to text or call. Again, 850-920-3475. What if a sponsor spouse wants the divorce while I-130 was approved and I-45 is still pending? Then it means that it will affect the 485. It will affect the person's 485. Hi, Jay, my friend I-130 says intent to deny. What's next? So they have the intent to deny because they don't believe the marriage. So they don't need to show proof that, listen, our marriage is real. Here's the proof. All right. We've helped a lot of people to respond to a lot of those last year and all of them were approved. If your friend wants to reach out, they can. It's 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. If someone I-130 is denied, can you file for self-petition? Why was the I-130 denied? Let's talk about that. Because the I-130 can be denied, because they find that there's no legitimate marriage, right? And then, you're going to file VAWA. You understand? Somebody says, how would USCIS be notified about a divorce being filed though? Because USCIS does background checks, right? They do background checks and that's how they'll know. Attorney Richards, what's going on? I haven't spoken to you in a decade. You have gotten rich and just stop talking to me. You know that, Attorney Richards? You have gotten rich and just stop talking to me. But I understand that's how life is. Somebody says, can someone who is married file taxes without SSN or ITIN? Yes, because then once you're filing the taxes, you'll request the ITIN. All right? So yes, it can happen. But the I-130 was already approved. Why would they look into the case again? Listen, all I'm saying, it's possible. Will they do it? I don't know. Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for coming on. Somebody says your responses are thorough. I really think they should book a consultation. I think so too, Mr. Valid. The number to call is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Someone says, do you work with people in New York all day, every day, and twice on Thursdays? All right. Somebody says the person is... Okay, I see. Somebody says, is they sending immigration court date this year for next year? They're sending this year for this year. So true. Love the responses. Okay. If you're a green card holder, can you travel internationally? Sure, you can. You have the privileges too. All right. Guys, if you want to know how to contact me, the number is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Again, the number is 850-920-3475. DHS will definitely do background check exactly. They will definitely do their background check. All right. Somebody says, can a citizen get SSI and food stamp petition for a spouse? They can, all right? But it may affect the spouse. They may be subjected to public charge. Somebody says, all day, every day, and twice on Thursdays. Yes. Guys, again, the number is 850-920-3475. 850-920-3475, and it will be pinned for you shortly. Somebody says, only person I see read each and every message and gives a response. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for noticing that. All right. Somebody says here, Jay, what if they have a lawyer? No, if they have a lawyer, then I have no need to reach out to us. They just need to work with their lawyer. No, sir? The number is pinned for those who are asking, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. I'm waiting for removal of condition over 5 years. Let's talk Lady Joy. You may qualify to file naturalization. All right, let's talk about it. 850-920-3475. All right. Again, the number to call is 850-920-3475. All right. Jay, my friend filed AOS, got interview appointment real quick and panic, withdraw the application, then file VAWA and withdraw again. Your friend want a lick crossing face. What if they want to switch lawyers? That's something that they can do, is also their right, right? That's their right, whether or not they want to switch the lawyer or not. When can we contact you? You can call me right now or text right now. I have somebody there to answer that number for you, and they will get you on my calendar. Somebody says, you're really amazing answering all the questions. Thank you so much for that. She's gonna file AOS again. Is there anything to worry about if your asylum dates for immigration court is 2 months apart? The judge do that based on their calendar. All right, the judge do that based on their calendar. All right. Somebody says, I'm in the process of removal, and I get my extension. Can I travel? The call is yours. If I were you, would I know? But the call is yours. My sister lawyer messed her up, even though her case has been postponed. That's why I want her to... Okay, so what you're saying. Thanks. Can I apply for a green card with asylum case? Once you have an approved asylum, yes, you can. Somebody says, yeah, bro, you're great. Thank you so much, Go Getter. Somebody says, lick cross face got me cracking up. Your reply seems you're definitely Jamaican. Some days. Are K1 visas a part of the band? No, they are not. Love Lord. Hey, Jay, I'm still waiting on my interview from you guys. Really? Which interview are we from? We? No, reach out and let's talk. Can I file 3 separate family petitions with the same year? Yeah. You can file for everybody once you qualify to file for them. You want me to help you? Go ahead and call us. 850-920-3475. All right. Somebody here says, I appreciate you taking the time to answer as much questions as you can. Thank you so much, guys. I was on Kiffin Live when was... Okay, got it. Thank you so much for coming on over here today. Somebody says, if you have a first-time DUI and you have to wait 5 years before applying for citizenship, that's why I say to you, consult with an attorney, right? And the attorney will definitely advise you in what direction to take. If you want to chat with the one on our team, reach out to us, 850-920-3475. Somebody says, can I apply for asylum if I'm legal status? You can, once you qualify for an asylum. All right, remember that. You got to be qualified for it. I'm a resident since 6/8/2021. When can I file for my citizenship? Three months before June this year. Go ahead and reach out to me, 850-920-3475, and let's help you with that. All right, somebody says, general question, can a green card holder travel back to Jamaica on an expired passport? They can. They can, and they will renew the passport in Jamaica. How long does it take for a person to come here on a K1 visa? Maybe 6 to 12 months, about 6 to 9 months. I have your number before my interview. My wife and I okay, got it, no problem. We also help people to prepare for their interview. So if that's something that you want to take advantage of, you can, all right? We also help people to prepare for their interviews. All right, somebody says waiting for 5 months now for VAWA receipt notice. Is that normal? Yes, it is, unfortunately. All right, it is. Can green card holder file for minor? If they're in the US, they sure can. They have to bear in mind though that minor will need to go back to the consulate to be processed. Some says, I love your promptness. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Can you please tell me what year they reach with F1? Because I have to go to the visa bulletin, which means I have to stop answer the questions. So I may not be able to do that at this moment. I'm sorry. Can you help me? I'll file for my children to come to America from Nigeria. I live in the US. I can help you to file for them. 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says here that what's the requirement for K1 visa? You have to show that there's a relationship. Sorry. How much will it cost overall? For what, DJ Henry? Somebody says, hello, Jay. What are we talking about there? Someone says, you're so down to earth. Thank you so much for that. Hey, AOS Queen, Wagwan. Hello, Jay. We spoke twice and I sent all my documents to you and never get a response. Really? Just send me a follow-up email. Can you pin the number again? Valid 850-920-3475. Why would someone receive an A number? They came on H-2B visa, no criminal record. Once you come in contact with USCIS, you're going to get an A number. Helping to file for citizenship. Let's talk. It's pretty cheap. Let's talk. Pretty cheap. Text us 850-920-3475. Guys, give me 1 minute. All right. Sorry about that. Somebody says, I would definitely recommend this gentleman. Thank you so much, Nads. All right. Somebody else says, do you help military members to apply for deferred action for their kids? Why are they? I mean, you reach out and let's talk. Reach out and let's talk. Good afternoon, Rob Pope. right. Somebody says, when can I call to have a consultation? You can call right now, Genevieve. Right now, 850-920-3475, and you'll get scheduled on the calendar. All right. You reach out by calling 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. I did recommend it to my partner, and now he's working with him, and he's doing great. And he's doing a great job. Thank you so much. $97, guys. The cost for a consultation is $97. All right, and if you reach out now, as I said, somebody will answer you and get you on my calendar. If I met my fiance in July and we engage in January, can I? Yeah, man, you can. Yeah, man, you can. You can definitely file. J, mistress, 5 months, may I wait. 5 months. J, mistress, 5 months in, and I just want it over with the unknown. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. I understand. Totally understand. Guys, remember when we just came on, we talked about ice being all over in Georgia. You got to be careful if you're in Georgia because it's icy and I don't want any of you to slide and drop, slide and fall, anything like that. Right? And again, if you're in Florida, be careful. Panama City Beach area. Careful. You need not be driving, getting traffic stopped and stuff like that. All right? Somebody says, make sure that Jamaican money alfalfa. Oh, you mean? I recommended something to you and you're now working with them. I know you'll do your best to help. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for all these referrals. Thank you. When you refer the people them, you need to let me know that you refer them so that, you know, if there's any referral bonus in there for you, you can get it. Somebody says, file for who you want. Everybody sees it. Exactly. Exactly, Kimberly. I filed for J1 waiver through no objection and received my approval notice with a number. Can I use? Congratulations on your approval of your J1 waiver. Like, how long does it take the court to conclude appeal case? It depends. They're taking a very long time, not the BIA. All right. Can I use that number if they ask if I have an A number? Yeah, man, so that's the same A number. Once USCIS sends you something with an A number, that's the same A number that will follow you. The A number is almost like the mark of the beast. So that's the same A number that, you know, that's gonna follow you. My pleasure. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go to 25K likes. Is it true that you have to redo background check for work permit? If they had a biometrics for you, well, they will indicate, right? They'll indicate whether or not they need a biometrics. So just bear that in mind. All right. Thank you guys also for the follows if you're seeing me for the first time. Somebody says, reality. My husband was born in Jamaica and he's awesome. That's good, Nads. What happened if you don't get approved on your asylum interview, but you have a marriage base too? So hopefully they schedule you for the marriage base and you get approved for that before they make a decision on the asylum. Or they've already made a decision on the asylum? What if you miss the deadline to submit the documents they ask for? The letter tells you that if you miss the deadline that they may deny the case. Do you know if ICE still snatches people if they have a green card? If you are doing something for them to snatch you, so if you have a green card holders can be detained, right? Especially if you're out there committing crimes. Okay, so if you already done biometrics, then you know you should be fine. Hey V, thank you for coming on. Somebody says congrats. Jay, congrats on 100K. 100K what? 100K what with it, Candy? How long after the asylum interview can they make a decision? Sometimes they take even 6 months, right? Sometimes they take even 6 months, a long time. What happens when you get your work permit? When you get your work permit, what happens? You go work. Literally. All right? So when you get your work permit, that's what you should go do, work. All right? So you get your work permit, you apply for your social security, and then you go and get a job, you work and save. All right? Do you do renewal of Jamaican passport? It's not a service I offer. Do I know how to do it? Yes. Can I help you? Yes. You can reach out to me? Yes. Will I charge you? Yes. All right. Seeing you for the first time and I followed. Thank you, Kimberly. Is it safe to travel internationally with a DUI? So here's the thing. If you have a criminal record and you're traveling internationally, it might be an easy way to land you in deportation proceedings. So if you don't have to travel, then just relax. All right. Somebody says, do you do renewal of Jamaican? I think I answered that. Somebody says, send him gift, guys. He deserve it. I think so too. I think so. I think so. Can you travel with a work permit as a second ID if you don't have a real ID? Yes, the work permit in itself is a real ID. So you definitely can travel with that. Your passport from your home country is a real ID. You can travel with that. Somebody says, is it safe to travel to Jamaica on a 2-year green card? It allows you the privilege to travel to Jamaica. So yes. Somebody says, can you work with a green card? Then I want to this up show you. The green card supersedes the work permit. Once you have the green card, yes, you can work. You can do all 5 jobs at once. Go get her. 5 jobs at once. The green card supersedes all the work permit, you know. So once you have a green card, definitely you can work. Somebody says, is fiancé visa will be available? Okay. Go get her. Look at him and you make we laugh after you know. Sure. Somebody says, set another gift goal for us to achieve it. All right, I'll do that real quick. Somebody says, would it be easier to file I-130 instead of K-1 visa? It depends on what country is in, sister, because depends on the country that he is in. There might be a pause. So maybe the K-1 would be the best. Can I travel with a real ID? Domestically, you can. All right. The K-1 is the fiancé visa, guys, for those who are asking. All right. Somebody says, what are the joint documents you need to submit before submitting your marriage base? Joint lease agreement, joint bank account, joint insurance policies, pictures, affidavits, joint any property that you own, those joint documents, okay? Can a green card holder get married and file for their partner? Yes, they can. If the partner is in the US, they will not be able to adjust status, but they can do consular processing if they're outside. Somebody says he entered illegally. Okay, I didn't see the first part of that, Shanice. Can my wife fight for my kids? No, based on the pause. Your wife still can file for them, yes. Somebody says, what if you came on a visitor visa and after 5 months you got married? Would I have to fret? No, so why you fret about? Call me, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. All right? I need your opinion. My fiancé has a court date and we don't have a lawyer. Is it best for him to... So he needs to get 1-850-920-3475. I can connect it with the lawyer on our team. Somebody says, what's new on the bulletin? I'm going to check that there's something there, you know. She more scared than me. Okay. Can you charge for overstays twice? What that mean? Somebody says, Island Girl K says, I need a husband. I don't know if any's on the live. Also, your wife was one that asked a question and she's scared. Okay, I see. I have a green card. I want to travel to Senegal. Is it possible? Once you have the requirements to enter Senegal. So you got to make sure that you can enter Senegal, and then sure, you'll be able to travel. My K1 take 11 months. See, that happens. That's normal. Somebody says, come on, set a higher goal. All right. Let me set a higher goal, Natty. It not give me the All right. My wife has an asylum interview and she doesn't have a lawyer. Is it safe for she still has to go to her interview? So either she gets a lawyer or she go on her own, okay? Somebody says, is anything going on for family-based petitions? Yes, if you're in the US, those petitions are still going on. My dad I-130 was processed today. Do you suggest we continue with the case? He's on, yes, man, continue with the case as usual. Somebody says, is it safe to apply for adjustment of status now? If you have overstayed your visa, sure. Why would you not? All right. Somebody says, first time tuning in. You're amazing. Thank you so much, Betty Boop. All right. Somebody says, if you're getting denied at the green card interview, do they let you know? Sometimes they'll let you know. All right. And most times, you'll get it in the mail afterwards. Q, what's going on? Somebody says, I think I answered that already. Listen, a mistake. I try. Lisa, what's going on? So what about K1 visa? We just talked about it. So you need to apply for the K1 if you qualify for it. Can I still apply for a fiancé visa for my spouse? Yes, you can. What if your I-130 is completed and you're waiting for the appointment date? They're still going to schedule it for you. If my PP has a maiden name, but your passport, but I'm married now, how do I get my green card in my married name? The green card might come in your maiden name, and then at naturalization, you change your name. You should do this more often, my boss. Go get her. You know what? You're right. I used to do this so often, you see. As a matter of fact, TikTok and I have talked, and the goal is I should go live 4 times per week, 2 hours per day. So 4 days per week, 2 hours per day. That's what the goal that TikTok and I set. But boy, life is a little challenging. Life is rough. I'm going to be honest with you. Life is rough. I have a lot doing. I have my job, which is this that I'm doing, and this is a part of my job. And this is very draining sometimes when I come on and spending these 2 hours and I'm answering all the questions and you guys are being not appreciative. Sometimes you guys are pressuring me. So it's hard. It's a job in itself, right? And then I'm also doing a degree as we speak. I have exams in February and I have exams in May. And so I'm studying, I'm reading, and it's everything. Me need to lose weight. What else? Everything. Like everything a problem. So that's why I'm not on here as often as I should. But I really should be here at least 4 times per week, 2 hours per session. I'll be honest with you. All right. Can I get a real ID with a pending marriage adjustment? Some states used to do it. I don't know if they do it anymore. If you get a work permit and apply for SSN, how long will it take? Typically like 7 days, you should get it. Went for my interview. And you said not network bad, so she printed out. she printed out our info. Good case. I mean, you shouldn't have any problem. You should. You're really good. Thank you so much, Natty. Is immigrant visa cancelled for everyone or not for? Yeah, man, for everyone. All right. I appreciate you. Trust me. No problem, go getter. No problem. Lord God, one hold per message. And a little bit of time there, so. Somebody says GLP. You know, so I have my GLP pill then? I have them. You want me to share them? I have them. Somebody says, man deserve a line. Thank you so much. Send me a line, somebody. My dad I-130 was processed today. Do you suggest continue? Yes, I do suggest that. Somebody says, my daughter missed biometrics because it was sent to the old address. Call USS and ask them to reschedule for you. Make sure you change your address before you do that. Somebody says, when for interview? We talked about that already. Good day, Jay. I sent in 2 work permit and them deny me because I applied for it again. Maria, so you sent in 2 applications. Why? Let's talk about it and let's get it fixed. Okay, call me 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Tell you what, you're doing a great job for us. God bless you. Thank you so much, Jay. You're going for the law. Yeah. I'm studying, doing little, and I'm self-taught. So that's the other thing too. I'm teaching myself. So that's the hard part. All right. Somebody says, please repeat your number. It's 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. If you're getting denied at your interview, no, they won't tell you. In some cases, they may tell you, but more than often, no. I've my green card since 82. Do you file the forms for 10 years or should I? Yeah, man, I do it. Call me Lisa, 850-920-3475. All right, no problem. Somebody says you got it, don't worry. Why? There's been a thing, so. My application was sent off in September. It will be processed or on pause and married to a citizenship. It still will be processed, but they may not issue a visa if it is that you're doing consular processing and you're in one of the 75 countries, yes. All right. When the adjustment of status is going to reopen, it never close. All right. Can you get a work permit if you apply for VAWA? Yes, if you have a pending 485, you could. Guys, remember to tap the screen and share the live. We're trying to go to 40K likes. Also, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. We're talking U.S. immigration over here. Hey, can I travel domestically with 3 citations, seat belt, no pay fare, and tints? I'm nervous. Where are you traveling to though? Where are you traveling to? Asylum approved, sent RFE or long after this. So that's when you filed the 45 and they sent you an RFE. As a Jamaican, can I travel to with my green card extension? I mean, you possibly can. Yeah, you can. But where you go? As a Jamaican, where you go? Does this new ban goes to AS? The ban affects AOS, as in they won't make a final decision, but the pause doesn't. Can someone travel domestically with a pending asylum and real ID? I've seen people who have, yes. Asylum approved and sent RFE. How long after this? Your asylum was approved and then you were sent an RFE? What is the risk with ICE after asylum interview? No criminal charge or any other deportation? I mean, who says there risk? Can you apply for work permit being undocumented if you qualify for one? So you're traveling... Oh, you're traveling to Florida? Yeah, you know, no problem. I thought you were traveling out of the country. Guys, consultation is $97. You can text or call 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. As a Jamaican, can I travel to Canada with my green card extension? You sure can. All right. what do I do if I get my green card but my daughter hasn't gotten hers yet? Then we wait on your daughter's own. All right. Hey, can I travel domestically with 3 citation? I mean, you possibly can, but what are you doing with so much citation? What are you doing with so much citations? No, Kimberly, it's not affecting it. The adjustment of status. If you use your family address for mailing and mailing address, but I'm now living at my own house, you can change it. You can go online and change your address. As a Jamaican, where you go a week. A true man. Alright, sorry. Somebody says asylum approved, applied for divorce. Okay, so now that may I ask you? Okay, you get an RFE and you respond to it. Then you wait. You wait. Alright, you typically get 87 days to respond to the RFE. So now you wait. Can I use my work permit to travel in the state? You can. It's considered as a real ID. Do I have to update my address? Yes, you must update your address once you've moved. Alright? What is the qualification? Oftentimes you must have a pending application that qualifies you to apply for EAD. Alright? Somebody says, can my mother file a K1 visa using her green card? No. No. US citizens can do K1. I was asked questions on my 485 and moved to I-130. Is it a good case? Yeah, man, it doesn't sound like there's anything wrong there. Jay, I'm addicted to your lives, even though I don't have any process going on. Thank you, Carlene. Send me a lion then. What is the risk with ICE? And I'm saying, who says they're risk, right? Jay, these green card people have no problem, you know. We here waiting for it with all the problem. I see what you're saying. But can I use my family address because that's what you can. You can even use my address if you want. Is it safe to get married now? When was it unsafe to get married? When did you hear that they're going to weddings and they're unaliving the people at weddings because they're getting married? When did you hear that was a thing? Tell me, when did you hear that was a thing? You get married because you're in love. That's it. You don't get married because you have an immigration situation. That's illegal. You get married because you're in love. Married to a green card holder but came through the border. Can I adjust status? You cannot. Miss say, Jay, love money. How would you say about Jay, love money? Where you not going where you go? Carlene McGrudgio, I feel like I work at your so boy. It's been 4 months waiting after RFE received, and that's normal. That's normal. What if you miss your ICE check-in but you have an upcoming court date? So if you miss your ICE check-in, you should have rescheduled, okay? Boy, you good. If I could have sent a line, I definitely would. All right, you want me to send them a cash app? Somebody said true. Did my biometrics to June 2025. Still waiting on work permit and social security. Marriage based in Georgia. Hey, Queen of Three Kings. So it's not mandatory that you're given the work permit. I hope they approve it for you. All right, so let's keep our fingers crossed. All right. Somebody says, I love you though because you don't put fear in people watching you. Thank you so much. All right. God Pitney laughing out loud. Somebody says that for Lord. I didn't mean it that way. I know how you meant it, but what is wrong with making it dramatic? All right. Somebody says, right, tell them, Jay. Best he use his own address so he don't miss any mails. That's what I was saying in the ads. But guess what? Some people, they ask you the question even though they know what they're already going to do. So it doesn't matter what you say anyway, because they already have made up their mind and they know what they're going to do. All right, guys, keep tapping the screen and sharing the live. We're talking U.S. immigration. Again, everything we're discussing is for educational resources. None of it should be understood as legal advice. Hey, Mrs. D, right? Jay, you didn't eat lunch yet? I haven't. You want to buy me lunch? Somebody says it's unsafe to get married for the wrong reasons. Yes, of course, it's unsafe to get married for the wrong reasons. Even if I got paroled in. If you got paroled in, Yes, but if you're married to a green card holder, the green card holder cannot adjust your status. All right, the green card holder can't adjust your status, so bear that in mind. Somebody says, can there be a charge on a person if they... Thank you for that gold chain. No, me have gold chain, Lisa, I put on my throat. Somebody says, can there be a charge on a person if they use their own address and continue family address? Lickleback left me alone. What if you only get your prima facie in 2 years? That's okay. A lawyer told me my brother can't get married because he crossed the border. Remember, you're getting married because you're in love. So whether or not you cross the border, would you have still gotten married to this person? Is it safe to show up for an interview if I get married? Why would you not go for the interview? Tell me. If you're I-360 VAWA and I-45 approved, what next? Green card. That's next. And then after 3 years' time, you can file for citizenship. I love how real you are. To the point. Thank you for that. Guys, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. We're talking U.S. immigration. Go ahead and give me a quick follow. Remember, everything we're discussing is educational resources. None of it should be understood as legal advice. Sorry. Somebody says you undocumented and have work authorization and was sent a letter to appear in court. Can I travel domestically? They said they do not need anything else from me. I've been married 2 years. Okay. But I will tell you to still put together additional evidence of bona fide marriage, okay? And I know Atlanta field office is pretty slow, but keep putting together additional evidence of bona fide marriage. Can you speak with ICE to give me my passport to go back to my home country? You can use the CBP Home app and apply to leave, and then they'll get you your passport. Put a VAWA petition from August and I haven't heard from them. Yeah, man, that's normal. That's normal. Why you have a VAWA pending and you get a notice to appear? Did you get do you have another case that was denied? Do you have a case that was denied at some point? Guys, thank you so much. You think they may waive my interview because I would be... No, man, they're not going to waive the interview. You're going for that. Come on, guys, send a money gun. Yes, a long time when I get something like that, you know, my money gone. Is the K1 visa affected? No. Can green card travel to Jamaica? Yeah, man. Hi, good day. What? I crossed the border and my case is motion and I got work permit and social security. Eric, I don't understand what you're saying. Let's talk about it off the air. 850-920-3475. Text us 850-920-3475 or call 850-920-3475. Okay, yes, we're real. Yeah, man, so make sure that you're putting together all the evidence to show that the marriage is bona fide. All right? Thank you so much, Lisa, for that money gun. Guys, can I get 2 more money guns? Do you have to go to court? Yes, if you don't go to court, the judge is going to order removal in your absence. So if you don't go to court, the judge is going to order you deported. Jay, I'm married because I'm in love, but my wife is 30 years older than me. So I'm wondering if it's okay. Hey, Mr. Garden, you have to come and eat TikTok and tell everybody say you love sugar mama. You find yourself a sugar mama, why your problem? You tell the people in the interview, listen, she's my sugar mama. That doesn't affect, because they're not adjudicating whether or not she's a sugar mama. They're looking at, where is this real? So listen, put together evidence to show the validity of your marriage, yeah? All right? Exactly. Love has no age limit. Put together the evidence to show the validity of your marriage. Somebody says, consultation is for $97, guys. $97. You can text us at 850-920-3475 to get the link. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, can I still apply for K1 visa for my Nigerian fiancé? Sure you can. All right. Somebody says here, asking for a friend beside me. She too shy to text. she probably get an interview date. But what? Is one prima facie normal in 2 years? You should be getting one every year. You can always follow up with them, call them. How long it takes now for N400? Anywhere from 5 to 8 months. Consultation is $97. Text us 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475 for the link to book. She and the man left and she took out a TPO and him. What would be her outcome? If the man not show up, they're going to deny the case. So she need to take off the TPO and work out our relationship. I'm located in the state of Georgia, but it doesn't matter where I'm at. I love taking planes. All right. How do I get another ICE check-in? You can go online and do the and request the date. Come on, guys, keep tapping the screen, keep sharing the live. Again, follow me if you're seeing me for the first time. Trying to go to 50K likes. Help me to go there. Help me to go there. Yes, I always lived in Georgia. To go there. Help me to go there. Yes, I always lived in Georgia. But I was living in Georgia, man. Live in Georgia a long time. Alright, the number is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. All right. I don't work with them. I just love watching and asking questions. Thank you. I have to visit the hotel lobby to find myself, Mr. Right. You definitely need to. Can she file VAWA? There's a possibility. Let's talk about it. 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. What happens if you encounter ICE, but you have a work permit and asylum case? Can you be so an immigration judge needs to order the deportation? Can you be detained? It depends on what ICE catch you doing, and depend on how they're feeling that day. They may choose whether or not to detain you. All right. Somebody says, does attempted theft conviction bar you from adjusting your status? Was sentenced for 1 year probation. That sounds almost like a felony. Talk to an attorney, all right? I have an attorney on my team if you want to talk with her, 850-920-3475. All right, somebody says, me have one Jamaican brother, you want him? 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. It's pinned on the screen. All right, the number is pinned on the screen for those persons who are looking for it. All right, use a banner and pin the number on the screen. So typically I would have had a banner. I am dynamic, but when I was coming on, TikTok says that they have updated their thing and they're not using, I can't use the banner anymore. So, but TikTok had told me before that I needed to get a green screen. So I'm going to get a green screen, even though I think my background looks so good, but I'll still get a green screen and put it up. My number is always there. All right. All right, but the number is pinned on the screen is 850-920-3475. Somebody says, my friend has a boyfriend 3 years now and he's dragging his foot. I keep telling her to leave as I see him thing. Me I go tell you, if you did one man for 3 years and the man want US citizen and he can't do nothing for you, what you do this so? Lock your foot, lock sharp, he not get nothing until him do the right thing. Okay, all right, have her message me. I was told to get a re-entry permit after 3 months out for school. Yeah, it's best to get a re-entry permit. Reach out and let's help you with that, Vaughn. He deserves another money gun. Thank you so much. Does a fear invasion ticket affect AOS? If you have a criminal charge, then it will come up. You need to show the court disposition. What are the affidavits in the VAWA case for? Mr. Garvin. Mr. Garvin? Okay. How long the EAD card take to approved from ES? So once your case is approved, and it depends on the type of case and the category, sometimes it take anywhere from a month to sometimes a year, right? Once it's approved, then it typically takes like 1 to 2 weeks for you to get it in the mail. If you have to let appear in court, can you go get married and file a green card? It depends on your situation. If you get a notice to appear in court, the best thing to do is to get an attorney. All right, the best thing to do. Hey, Brooklyn Rose. Somebody says, right, this is Jay. All right. Guys, keep tapping the screen and sharing the live. I have been on here for 1 hour and 45 minutes, like 15 minutes more. Me can stay up on here, And then, yeah, somebody says, me tired for Kosar. True. Lock shop. But what do you suggest? It's same thing for you, go get her. If you never married and you did one woman for 3 years and the woman don't want nothing, you need to put one padlock on it too. She can't get none. Because next thing ICE come pick up you, and then at the time that she interested when it kind of late. Your friend have no strategy. Someone says lock shop 3 years. Yeah man, lock the shop. Lock the shop. Alright, girl, I left a 60-year-old man because of that. Left them, they don't mean us no good. How long is DACA renewal taking right to get in the mail? That I'm not sure of, Victor. I'm not so sure right now. She did it. I wash, cook and clean. Rasta charge. Then she had housewife. Okay. I was annulled 2 years ago and I have to find someone else to marry. You have to go on date. You have to go on date, okay? Somebody says, what's the chance of someone to be released after being detained by ICE check-in appointment? It depends. You can file a bond and in order to get them out. All right? Island Girl said that you do. So see, everybody a lock shop except for your friend. And I pay trust you that trust the goods. Somebody say you must demolish the shop. Why is work permit taking so long? They were kind of instructed to kind of, slow down the process because a lot of people over here thinking, oh, I have work permit, so I'm safe. Yeah. Jay, I left a voicemail. Should I expect a call back? Yes. Yes, Lisa. Or you can just send a text message. All right, send a text message. All right. All right. Somebody says, if my 10-year green card expire, do I need an ADIT stamp or a 90 notice enough for travel? Yes, you will need the stamp to travel. You'll need a stamp to travel. All right. I was in Jamaica for about 4 years. LDR. Okay. J question, can you charge twin for overstaying? If you can charge twice for overstaying? I don't understand. Why are you asking the question? I need to know more. Guys, if you want to do a one-on-one chat with me, 850-920-3475. Send us a text or call. That's 850-920-3475. I have an upcoming hearing and it's a state court decision and the motion. So is it immigration? Because if it's not immigration, we can't help you. You need to find, a lawyer to help you in state court. She was real to me and I had to stick with her. Okay, I see. Him no mean are no good. No, sir, no mean are good. Alright. Hey, Mr. Richards. Somebody says, how safe does work permit make you in this current political climate? Work permit never makes you safe. The work permit had never made you safe at all. Married for 3 years and can't get a green card. Why? Why is that happening? Have you filed? Is now a good time to file? Yes. Call me, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. And let's help you with that. Are VAWA receipts still being sent? Yes, they are. Yeah, man, they are. I'm sorry, Jay. Let me text over. All right. Is it possible for my boyfriend who came to the U.S. illegally to get married and get a green card? There might be some possibility there, Lena. Was he paroled when he came in? If he wasn't paroled, then So if he has no proof of entry, no parole, no I-94, then he may not be able to adjust status, and you might be looking at getting like a 601 waiver, and he needs to run back to his home country to be processed. All right, file N400, 3 weeks now, still no receipt. That's normal. 30 days time. Typically 30 days time. J, I was charged for overstaying. Case is finished, but if I go for my interview, they won't charge you when you go to your interview again. And you were charged for overstaying. That means you're in removal proceedings. Filed for my marriage-based green card since June. I only received the receipt, and that's normal. Have you done your biometrics yet, though? Yes, my number is 850-920-3475. Can somebody type it in the chat for me? 850-920-3475. Can I fly domestically by using an I-551 stamp? But you can use a driver's license to fly domestically too. All right, J, I go for an interview. I pray that they sent me the letter to get some more evidence. If you're going on an interview, walk with the evidence. As a matter of fact, they typically email you like 3 days before asking you to upload the evidence. All right, no biometrics. That's normal. I had a case that it took a couple months before biometrics were scheduled, and that's normal. Can someone with no parole change status through parole in place? Possibility. If the EAD is expired but you work, can you file tax? Yes. Yes. All right, one moment, guys. Let me pin the number. The number is pinned on the screen. Is 850-920-3475. My immigration case is closed. Well, congrats. Did you get an approval? Jay, I have an upcoming hearing and it says court decision and motion information. What does that mean? Is there anything on the court decision or motion information? If my U.S. citizen husband divorced twice, can he help? Yes, once you can show proof that your marriage is legitimate. What happened if someone was deported and re-entered? Are there any avenues for them to explore? Possible. How long did they stay outside after they were deported? I did my biometrics and filed for my marriage-based green card, still waiting. All right, that's normal. Me and my daughter both have 2-year green cards, but she's joining the military. What form she needs? So she do the military processing and stuff, and then they'll ask her to complete the N400 for her to become a naturalized citizen. All right. Guys, I'm going to pin my number again on the screen, and that's the number that you use to contact me if you want to book your one-on-one chat. Again, the number is 850-920-3475. It's 850-920-3475. That's the number you use to book your one-on-one chat with me. Somebody says, Jay, if I overstay because of my employer, promise to help with paperwork, but when it expires. I mean, okay, so what's the issue now? Jay, I filed for my mom back home and finally sent me the approval letter. So they will also send you an email. And the email will give you instructions on what next steps are. We can help you with next steps if you want. Go ahead and reach out to us, 850-920-3475. I'm located in the state of Georgia, but it doesn't matter where I'm at. I can serve you from wherever you are. For example, next week I'll be in Alabama. All right? So it really doesn't matter where I'm at. I filed I-90. I got an appointment for biometrics. So how long will it take to get? So typically it will take around 3 months there both. And that's based on what I've seen from out of my office. Jay, I have a friend that went to the interview 6 months now, but no answer from US sides. Yes, that's normal. In the meantime, they need to put together additional evidence to show proof of bona fide marriage. If one self-deports after overstaying on J1, what's the likelihood of re-entry? If you self-deport, then you will incur a bar, maybe up to 10 years, and then it may be hard to re-enter. Somebody says, my daughter is in the military. Does she still need to file removal of a condition? So more than likely she would become a US citizen, and so all right. Once she files an N400, then Guys, I've been talking for 1 hour and 54 minutes. I have 6 minutes left on here with you. Again, if you want to talk with me one-on-one, the number to text or call is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, does military parole place work for people who have removal orders? Removal orders, so it may not work for you, right? Because you're already ordered deported. Is due for another money gun. Guys, whatever you can, please give. All right, somebody says, so nice talking with you. It's my pleasure connecting with all of you today also. But will the freezing that's going on, will that affect your process? Yes, that may affect your mom's process if she's in one of the 75 countries. Somebody says he's due another money gun, guys. Go ahead and give whatever you can. Great vibe, blessing on you all. Well, guys, thank you so much again for coming on. The number to contact me is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. It's been a pleasure connecting with you for the last 2 hours. I'll try to do this again. All right, I'll try to come back possibly tomorrow, depending on how my calendar looks, what my calendar looks like. But again, it's 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. That's the number to text or call, and we'll be happy to connect with you. Again, 850-920-3475. Somebody wants to know if I'm married. Look at me. Do I look unmarried? Look at me. Let me smile. And you tell me if I look unmarried. My husband have an interview date in Kingston. Do you think they will give the visa? More than likely, they will not issue the visa. Okay? Somebody says, yes, he's married. No, for true. Look at me. Look at my smile. You think I'm unmarried? All right. Somebody says 3 meals a day, clothes, wash, and press. You don't look single. Nice guy like Jay taken. Of course. I had a speeding ticket for a few years back. I want to file for my citizenship. Let's talk. 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says that eloquent speech will kept no available. Okay, Jay do the cooking. Smile, don't say married or single. What did the smile say? What did the smile say? Look how my office nice. What does that say? Look at my office. Does it say single or married? All right. The other side of 411 says he's very married. Okay. Somebody says, God bless your heart. You are awesome. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, Nads. I think I read that the way how you would have read it, or what you would have said it. Can U.S. citizens travel outside of the U.S.? Yes, they can. U.S. citizens can go anywhere they want to go, and stay as long as they want to stay. All right? Guys, keep tapping the screen and sharing the live again. And also, it was my pleasure connecting with you for the last 2 hours. Again, if you want to talk to me one-on-one, 850-920-3475. Text or call right now. All right? One of the reasons I'm going off is because somebody booked while we're on here. So I got to go and do the consultation. But you guys, text and call, get on my calendar, let's talk. Me love him, you see. Who this know? Julie. How you doing, Julie? Somebody says, Smile says you are enjoying your atmosphere. I see. Can you do removal of conditional green card? Yes, Tarvia, call me, 850-920-3475. I will be texting you tomorrow, all right? Looking forward to that. Somebody says, can you travel without your wife on a conditional green card? And it depends on what the travel is. Will your wife allow you to go without her? That's the question. All right, Jay, I recommend my partner to you, but I think I need a consultation. He is working with you now. Okay, no problem. Let's talk then. What if I want to talk to you but don't need a consultation? Well, that's the only way to talk to me, not texty boo. So you might have to just look a consultation. Do matchmaking? No, sir, me can't do matchmaking. The most I can tell you is to find somewhere nice. Jerome said, I'm a married man. Somebody's, all I can say is that you need to find a nice little restaurant or a nice little somewhere and see if you can find one nice little spouse for yourself. You have to go there, go mingle, dress up nice. A cold time now, you know? Now is the time for you to put on your fur jacket and your nice little clothes. Jamro, Carmel, how are you doing? Thank you so much for coming on. We're going though. Exactly. It's cuffing season. It's soon done to Money Gun to close the session and show appreciation. Yeah, man. So guys, now is the time for you to dress up and find somewhere nice to go, right? Somebody says the man the man not looking us. That's no problem. When you keep talking about the man not look, no. So no got the bar if one man not look you, me one woman will look you dead. If the man not go look you, maybe one woman will look you. Love is love. So you go to the bar and you get one drink and you take time drink it. My friend was deported 10 years ago. Can he come back? Possibly he can, since he has served this time. Right? See it? Lisa said one or the other. I'm located in the state of Georgia. Carry go Ritz video. Master, you don't know Ritz money, expensive. I love how you straightforward, but I have to be truthful, Jermaine. Somebody here says, the money and the card is green same way, right? Jay, if only it was that easy. All right. First of all, when not try, not go get it talking about you know have 5 brother. Your brother them are your citizen that the people ma look. Me looking the man, him not interested. I see. So him not interested, go to the next one. How long does it take after submitting a vacation case you get the receipt? Typically within 30 days. A man will look at 47. Then alright, Nikki, so you have to go there and you know get a little cup and drink and walk sweet and you know smile and see somebody and you say hello. Alright, so that's no problem, you know, because you all believe that man here to know. And if you believe that, then man I got here to know, now I go find a man. Jay, I take the border. I got my work permit and social. Well, congrats. Happy to hear that. Jay with the coaching. But Master, no single man no left for Georgia. But it doesn't have to be Georgia one Cormatic. It don't have to be Georgia. None that Florida. Any that North Carolina. Washington, D.C., go find one politician. Somebody says, Jay, you're killing us, but it's the truth. It's the truth. I'm not bashing my people, but Jamaican woman already. Rasta judge. This a man here, not easy, you know. So find one of them look a nice little hotel there Friday evening or Saturday evening, you know, and go, or maybe a Sunday evening, and you go and have a nice little drink and something, you know. Yeah, man, have a nice little drink and, you know, talk to a few little people. You may never know. Somebody says, people still come through the border just asking, giving it. No, I don't think so. Me work at hotel. What type of hotel you work based now? Tell me. How does it take, how long does it take after submit a VAWA case? Right now, it's taking up to 30 days. Before, some people file and it's taking up to 6 months. And my next hearing says that the court decision and motion, that it means... When is your next hearing scheduled for? Erica, when is your next hearing scheduled for? Can I do a fiancé visa for my boyfriend after he was deported 10 years ago? You could attempt it. Yeah, you could attempt it. Mrs., you work at Wingate. Nobody not come at Wingate. You have find man at Wingate, miss? Chill. You know, I find a man at no Wingate. I work front desk and I think the men had a bad impression because they come across too flirty. Okay. Can you travel without your wife on a... Will your wife allow you to travel? Senseless, but sure you can. 14th of September 2027. Make sure you attend that hearing, okay? Notice to appear, that's basically a document telling you that you've been placed in removal proceedings and you have to go in front of an immigration judge. Alright? You need to get an attorney if you get a notice to appear. Alright? You have to get an attorney if you get one. Somebody says, go get her. That's never a good thing to think. Painting us all with one brush. Kind of ridiculous. I understand. So they sent the VAWA receipt. They usually sent a text message before mailing it. file G1145. Sometimes they send a text message, yes. Sometimes no. Yes, she's okay with going just for a quick visit. Yeah, man. So you can go. You can go. Is it FaceTime? What about FaceTime? Yes, it's Zoom. 850-920-3475. My vowel case has been submitted over 6 months now. And it's normal. You can refile if you want. Alright? But yes, guys, so as I was saying to you, Wingate, you're not going to find nobody at Wingate. So the JW, right? The W, the Ritz-Carlton, the Waldorf Astoria, the St. Regis, the Marriott. Oh, miss, I wish what you ever got court hearing. Somebody says not Lennox Mall. Jammer Graham said not Lennox Mall. So I don't know where you go and get court hearing. Court hearing on FaceTime. South Carolina me there. So you that South Carolina missus then go up to North Carolina no man. Go up Charlotte one of the day them. Go up Charlotte one of the day them. Because the JW Charlotte it nice. Them have woolly per restaurant, pan rooftop, out a door, pan the side. Go up there no man. Go up the one of the day them man and you know, and do a little thing and walk on the street and go to Starbucks and get your coffee and maybe sit down there on one computer, one tablet, you not do a thing, but you just sit down there and you want somebody to, you're just trying to get somebody's attention. If you're in the country over 10 years and you want to do your citizenship and you're over 50, let's talk about it, Dylan. 850-920-3475. All right, 850-920-3475. Charlotte, yes, man. Charlotte, not bad. Charlotte is not bad. Go to Charlotte. Go to North Carolina. You can go Raleigh too, but Charlotte, My court date is March 2028, and that might be a good thing, Nikki. Damn, you make it look easy. That's it. I'm in Florida. Jay, tell me where to go. Where in Florida you there, though? 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. So, go get us and remember to love him. So, who no love people? See, you have Fort Lauderdale, miss. Come much rich man there at Miami. And you can't just walk along to Miami. See, link up with Jamrock Carmel because she did down there too. And she might be able to find one look a rich man. I'm in New York. Where are the best areas? In Soho and Tribeca. Those are the best areas for you. Soho and Tribeca. Somebody says, when do you think the spouse of the pause on those 75 countries will be? I'm not sure. See, if you're in Fort Lauderdale, last. Jay, can you give me an estimate about how much to apply for the fiancé visa? Let's talk one-on-one. 850-920-3475. Jay, it seems like I have to call you to explain my court hearing. Yes, 850-920-3475. As in, love the person before you say I do. Then go get her. Who you see a go married people and they know in a love, brother? Talk it truth. Who you see a married people and they know in a love? Come in hear about that. So TikTok is not allowing me to put the banner up there again. I couldn't get it up there. They're not allowing me to put it up there. 850-920-3475. 850-920-3475. Guys, I went to, and if you're in Arizona, Phoenix, that area, I went to the W in Phoenix, the W in Scottsdale. And may I tell you, say, Jamrock Caramel, it was a summer that I went to the W in Scottsdale and you could not convince me otherwise that I was not in Miami. You could not tell me I was not in Miami Beach. You could not. Because me see maybe 3 people of my skin color and everybody else, you see the waitress them in a bikini. You see them belly, they don't have none. You see them shape out of this world. Music on the rooftop. Listen. So uno, where they are, now find time to go to them. But that's not nothing here, man. Chum. Stick it on your forehead, yeah. The best time to call is right now, 850-920-3475. Someone will chat with you and get you on the calendar. Okay? It's 850-920-3475. Thank you so much, Valid. All right, somebody says, Jay, you have to go dating life different from immigration life. It looks so. I have a little man by Chu. Him no read good. I mean, I wonder if he can apply for him citizenship and marry me. Yeah, man, we can work on it. We can work on it, one Corey. We can work on it. Okay, I just call and cut off. I need to talk to you. Yes, but you have to call and you're going to talk to the gentleman named Jerome and he's going to get you on my calendar. You have to pay him $97 to get on my calendar. That's how it works. Because right now, as soon as I come off TikTok, I have a consultation. And then when I don't have a consultation or I don't have work to review and stuff like that, I'm reading criminal law, contract law, and public law. You understand? I have to dish out my little time. Jay, you're cooking hotel sauce. Oh my, okay, all right. You got disconnected? You do well with the dating show. You think so? You think many of us start on like a pop the balloon challenge for immigrants? I'm in the state of Georgia, but I'm not fixed here. I don't know. Maybe I go to Florida to spend the weekend with Jamrock Carmel. Because from when me I tell Jamrock Carmel to let us go to Bacon Beach. Look at, she ready. And you know what say, Missy Southwest would on flight for must is $79 or something like that. Bacon Beach. I want to go to Dior Cafe though, Carmel. I want to go to Dior Cafe. That's what I want to do. All right. So I'll talk to you. I know next week I have to go on to Alabama. Jay, can I invite you to my party in Rockdale County next week? Bring your friends. Sure, invite me to your party in Rockdale County. Because Rockdale County, they're close to me, you know. They're close to me. Because I'm in Henry. So January Carmel, you have to go come up because me have to carry a party. I have to remove my condition green card in December. How soon can I start? Start the paperwork in September and submit it in October. Somebody says you have a godly spirit. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, guys, I've been talking to you for the last 2 hours and 13 minutes, you know. 2 hours and 13 minutes. Somebody says, remember you have to study. Or wrong with go-getter? Or wrong with go-getter? The party I gotta keep at night time, man. So I would have sleep that would have take away. But that true, me have to study, yes. Come here for pass them exam, you know. I have to pass them exam, you know. See it? Jamaica Carmel, we don't know. We not study, you know. We don't know why. Matchmaking, show me why. Look here. Jay, I'm booking my consultation. How do I get my bonus? We'll talk about it on the consultation. Just you are beautiful in the face and heart. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Nikki. How is your day going? Pretty well. You guys are making my day. First me ever watch a live so long and don't get bored. Where you gone, ton liar? That master must have called me. That me I try to do, Mrs. Me I wonder if it go work out. It's hard. It's hard being an extrovert in law. I know, right? Somebody says, can you talk about SAGE and special immigrant juvenile? So if the kid is under a certain under 18, then you might be able to do that. It has to first happen in the family court, and then you go over to immigration to do that, because it's kind of a lengthy process. Yes, I'll post the event. I home post it here. Rasta judgment, you know. It will work out for you. Thank you. But here's the thing. What a lot of people don't understand, and Jamro Carmel can tell you, a lot of people think that law is about talking. You do more reading in law. You do more reading in law than you talk. All right? Yes, Josh, go ahead and upload the additional evidence if you have it. All right? Amen. Law is more reading than talking. So you have to read and understand what you're reading, and not just that, then you got to know how to apply it. Right? You got to know how to apply it. Rasta Judge. Me never put out my garbage on the truck out the road. Hey. Alright. Alright, I'll go ahead and sign it and send it back.
Yes, thank you.
Cool, thanks. The truck gone already, Valid. Valid, me tell you, I maybe but you not take your job. Good evening. Do they still send you extension automatically after you take off? Yes. They still send it. 220 people. Get the man to 100 likes. A true man, and they bring me up to 100 likes real quick. You got this. You have a good coach as well. Yeah. I know. There's just so much Jan that I'm trying to do all at once. I know. Hey Cassandra. There's just so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Remember to tap the screen. Tap the screen. Let's go up there. Let's go to 75k likes real quick. And I should have come off of here already. You read the message. And me. No, if you answer. I don't know. Did I read it? Oh, good evening. Oh, yeah, man. I said yes, Cassandra. Yes, they do. Yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Are they still issuing green card for people in the US? Yes, they are. Somebody says, what if you did your interview but waiting for over 180 days for a response? You can actually do an inquiry to see what's going on. You can follow up. But I always tell people, once you're waiting for a response, start putting together additional evidence to show proof of the validity of your marriage. All right? That's what I always tell people. But yeah, guys, Jay, me think you're gone already. Massa, me think me gone too, you know, me Simpson. Jesus, me think me gone. But me still there, so me have to leave though by 4:30, so. 211F. When are you going live next? It depends on how my day look like tomorrow. I may go. You have the Mrs. Johnny take more than just a look. Case approved 3 weeks ago. How long does it take to get the green card? Typically within 1 to 2 weeks, and then you get the green card. You know if you're gone. I don't know, maybe tomorrow. Depends on what my calendar look. Oh, the 211. It's 212F and not 211F, and it's basically the presidential suspension power. presidential suspension power. Yeah, 212F. Alright, guys. Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. But guys, as I said, thank you so much for being here with me. Remember, the weekend is coming up. Make sure you are going out this weekend. Make sure so you're going somewhere. I can't go out for the weekend, so me I go out next week Wednesday. I could go out next for the weekend. I could go and buy some clothes to wear go out Wednesday. So when they say time cold, then that's the right time for go out. Put on your fur coat and go out, and people got comment on, oh, your coat is nice and stuff. And then when the man tell us, oh, your coat nice, you ask him if him want you for put him for put him on the coat and warm him up. Master, you hear me? That's what most people say they're getting from. Yes, that's what they're getting. Okay, I've already tell people to stay, or people have to stay home or me. How you will know when you are silent disapprove? They'll tell you. Somebody say, holy person, no. They'll tell you. Jay, see how outside I run with them people here. No, me not see. Only place I want to go is my interview. Make sure you're prepared for your interview here. Oh, yes, no Sam this weekend again. I saw that. I see you valid. You always behave like you're my father, you know. You're scared to go out. Somebody say, be sad, no kill me. Them stay at the hotel, me work, and them now come out at night. See it? I stay at the hotel and then now come out at night. Moreover, we places where me I tell them not to go. People who work with ICE can't afford to go there, so. And I said, they can't afford to go there, you know. They don't have the... So they come like when school lock. You understand that? Them come like when school lock. You're going to help. So I'm like, alright, cool. No worry. So when they come like when school lock, man. So you're not going to find them at them place, so me I tell you no. Anybody know when school lock what that mean? If somebody tell you, say, you come like when school lock, what does that mean? Anybody can tell me what that mean? It's normal to have marriage-based interview before they approve work permit. Yes, it's normal. Yes, it's normal. Nobody's telling me what that mean. If somebody tell you, say you come like when school lock, what does that mean? Should we put a value to it? Anybody tell me what that mean? Get $100? Well, not a physical $100. Maybe a free consultation that value is $100. Come on, teacher. If somebody tell you, say you come like when school lock, what does that mean? Oh my God. I can't believe y'all don't know. If you have somebody argue and them say you come like when school lock, what that mean? Oh my God. I gotta go leave all you. No, sir. Don't. Give us some good places to go in New York. Soho and Tribeca. Those are the best places to go. In Soho and Tribeca. No. Y'all, I can't believe y'all don't know this. No. If somebody tell you, say you come like when school lock, what you mean? What that mean? No. Tribeca is Lower Manhattan. It's the triangle below Canal Street. So it's in Lower Manhattan. Oh my, I can't, I'll have to tell you guys this. I thought y'all would know this. If you and somebody are cuss or you and somebody are argue and you then tell you, say you come like when school lock. What does that mean? Oh my God. You lock off after 5 p.m. Too casual, no. Only come out when no. If somebody argue, if you and somebody argue and them tell you, say, you come like when school lock, it means that you don't have no class. You don't have no class. School lock, no, there's no class. So if somebody say, is them a cuss you? And them say, you come like when school lock. That means that you don't have no class. So them the people come like when school lock, so they're not going to place them when I tell them to go. Because when school lock, you don't have no class. But I can't believe y'all didn't know that. When school lock, you don't have no class. And I don't want you to go and use this now. Forget to tell people, you come like when school lock. You come like when school lock. Somebody says, how old is this saying? Shadi said, I'm going to tell Swadi. Somebody said, Jay, make that up. May I make it up? Somebody says, as the ladies would say, clock it. Alright, so if I was waiting on a decision on my marriage-based green card application, can you still file for your kid? Yeah, you can. Not you, like your spouse can if the kid is under the age of 18. Yeah, man. So, alright. So, one more and then we get off of here. So, if you and somebody are close and them tell you, say, all you should have shown in a French letter, what that mean? What does that mean? If you and somebody argue and them say to you, say, all you should have get thrown in a French letter. Oh my God. Having granted Sage, does that... No, that's good. You have a relief that was approved. Very good, J Bless. It means that you shouldn't have been born. Them should have dashed your way. That the belly they should have dashed way, right? Could my wife apply for my niece? No, unless your wife would have adopted your niece before she becomes the age of 16. So I said because they don't serve a purpose. Yeah. Oh, does that apply to French letter? Because French letter valid is also used to refer to what is called a gentleman's latex. Oh, no, Angela wasn't on that one. Cormatic, the Angela wasn't on that question. ChatGPT told you the message of French letter. All right, guys, listen, I think I'm done this evening. I'm done. I'm so happy I came on here and talked with you. I'm so happy that, those of you who really want to connect with me, you have already booked your consultations. I've seen them. It's not too late to book yours. The number is 850-920-3475. Again, it's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, is there any chances with immigration pause? No, there are no chances right now until the pause is lifted. Especially if you're in one of the pause countries. You seem to be in Jamaica or is Jamaican. So, and then this is only affecting persons on immigrant visas. All right. So, so yeah, just bear that in mind. And the British said Jerome is live. Okay, that's good. That's good. So yeah, I can go over Jerome now. Somebody says, give someone who need a free consultation, man. J Bless. All right. Until tomorrow. That sounds like a Ilan Gully ride. Until tomorrow, we go what, up the hill. All right. So yeah. So there's no sort of relief right now until they have lifted the pause. Okay. Guys, thank you so much again. 850-920-3475. That's the number to call. My I-130 was already approved, just curious. That's fine. So you will still do the processing and then they will issue you a notice at the interview if you're scheduled for one before the pause is lifted to say that unfortunately you don't qualify to be issued one of the visas now. All right. Guys, again, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. That's the number to text or call. Again, 850-920-3475, $97 for your one-on-one chat. All right, thank you so much again, guys, for coming on with us. We chatted for the last 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's a pleasure connecting with you always. Again, I'm Jay Carter, and it's a pleasure assisting you in your immigration journey.